Welcome to the Everything Podcast. In the episode, I'm going to be discussing the announcement of the Sixth Doctor Adventures Expulsion, which now releases in April 2026. I do believe that's been brought forward. That might be me misremembering or being wrong, but there we go. But before I get into it, I'm recording this episode on Saturday, the 7th of February 2026. I have in audio wise, if you're just listening to the episodes, the February 2026 release date episode has already been released, but if you're watching this episode, that's not necessarily the same order it goes, because I basically leave Matt to it as soon as I send him the episode, so there might be a little bit, but it's not going to make a difference. It's not like there's something in there that kind of, if you see that one before or after, it doesn't particularly make much difference. So but this is from a press release that Big Finish have made, titled Turlough and the Sixth Doctor Reunited. So it continues. Colin Baker, Mark Strickson and Nicola Bryant star in the Sixth Doctor Adventures Expulsion, a brand new box set, a full cast audio drama due for release April 2026. We'll then have the cover of Expulsion, which if you're watching this episode you should be able to see. If you're listening to the episode, it should be on the thumbnail at some point as well, so you can see that there. Or just go to the Big Finish website and find the press release titled Turlough and the Sixth Doctor Reunited. You can see that there, or go to the Sixth Doctor Adventures page and you can there as well. But the press release continues. The Doctor and Perry are reunited with an old friend, or is he an enemy? Turlough insists he changed since they last met. The trouble is, so has the Doctor, and he's not inclined to trust his one-time companion. As they travel through Stuart England, medieval France and Viking Denmark, can they forge a new relationship, or will Turlough's secrets force them further apart? Listeners of the Sixth Doctor Adventures were surprised at the end of August 2025's box set Bad Terms when the Doctor, played by Colin Baker, and Perry, played by Nicola Bryant, found themselves reuniting with an old travelling companion, Vizsla Turlough, played by Mark Strickson. Turlough's time with the Fifth Doctor, as seen on TV Doctor Who from 1983 to 1994, was tempestuous. Don't even know what that word is or if I've said it right, as he spent most of it in league with the Black Guardian, plotting against his time-old friend. How will the Doctor deal with the supposed matured Turlough, and how will Turlough deal with a regenerated Doctor? All will be revealed across the two box sets of the Sixth Doctor Adventures due to be released in 2026, beginning with April's Expulsion, which takes the time-travelling trio to three dangerous points in Earth's history. The three adventures for the time-travelling trio are The Reckoning, written by Neve Fountain, which has the following synopsis. When the When the TARDIS is stranded in the path of a neutron star, the Doctor, Perry and Turlough have to flee. They end up in 17th century London, where another old friend, Christopher Marlowe, is trying to get out of a pact he's made. Marlowe's soul is on the line, but as Turlough also made a deal with the devil again. We then have A Crucible of Queens, written by Elizabeth Miles, with the following synopsis. In the aftermath of the Battle of Agincourt, the Doctor and Turlough find themselves aligned with opposing factions. Turlough befriends Charles, the Dauphin of France, while the Doctor is tasked with healing his father, King Charles VII. But two powerful women are also in play. The Dauphin's advisor, Yolanda, Duchess of Valois, and his estranged mother, Isabel of Bavaria. Can the TARDIS crew keep both queens happy and keep their own heads? The third and final story in this box set is titled The Curse of the Duga, written by Julian Richards. Shield Maiden Herval braves the ghosts of her ancestors to claim her birthright, the sword turfing. Led by the Duga, the dwarf kings of the below, the blade is cursed. Once drawn, it must kill. Even the Doctor can't resist the power of the sword, and to the horror of Perry and Turlough, he is forced to take a life. The guest cast of the Sixth Doctor Adventures Expulsion includes Debbie Chasen, you might know from The Smoking Room, Mine or Mine, as Isabel of Bravavia. Can we have some easier names, please? Julie Dre, you may know from Crashing and Avenue 5, as Yolanda of Aragon, and Lara Lemon, who you might know from Insomnia and The Drowned, as Hervia, plus further names to be announced. The producer, Jacqueline Rayner, said, "This is a really exciting set for me. 3 fabulous historical stories, plus some deep diving into the psyches of the TARDIS regulars following the surprise, at least I hope it was a surprise reunion at the end of the previous box set." Script editor Robert Valentine added, "The Doctor and Perry suddenly have a new and unexpected TARDIS mate, but he's someone they're both already familiar with, Vizsla Turlough. Yes, Turlough is back, but he's got some brand new secrets and he's having a hard time deciding if we can trust this brash Sixth Doctor, the way he finally came to trust the Fifth. We've got 3 terrific writers on the set: Nev Fountain, Elizabeth Miles, and Julian Richards, and helping them bring Turlo back into the fold for an epic arc has been huge fun. The Doctor, Perry, and Turlo's new adventures take them from Elizabeth, England to Dark Age Denmark via the fallout of the Battle of Ancourt. But Earth's troubled history is hardly more turbulent than their own. We should mention that the second of the Sixth Doctor Adventures box set to be released in 2026 is currently planned to release in August 2026. Let me know what you thought of the announcement of the Sixth Doctor Adventures Expulsion, while you're planning to listen to it when it is released in April 2026 at some point. But without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.